I got here by no fluke. I fought very, very hard to get where I'm at.
Dustin Rhodes.
Okay, so I know he's over as Goldust. I know he's been over as Goldust. We're talking about Dusty Rhodes' son here.
My son offered up his innocence, and you paid him back in scorn. The hell with you!
Surely there was a way to have Dusty Rhodes Jr. or Dustin Rhodes get over without being a camp gay, gold-painted, gorgeous George, Adrian Street ripoff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, first off, when Vince called me and he presented the character to me, he said, "Dustin, are you sitting down? We got this character we want to run by you." And I was like, oh shit, what the hell? So I sat down, you know what I'm saying? And he started explaining, him and Bruce Pritchard started explaining the character, that he was androgynous and that he wore a robe and wig, and he was from Hollywood, California, and he wore makeup. Now, the paint was my idea, you know. I wanted to do something with the paint, you know, and so Vince came up with the gold paint and the black eyes and the black ears. That's how the original first look of Goldust was. And, you know, he said, he kept saying this androgynous word. So I'm like, what the hell does that mean? You know, I don't know what that means. So as soon as the phone call, I hang up, I go to the dictionary and I'm looking at it, I'm going, oh man. And you know, I was like, okay, let's do this. I want to do something on my own. I want to own something. I want to kind of get away from the Rhodes name. Not get away from the family name, but create something myself, that my shoes, that I could fill my own shoes. And that was Goldust. And it took me a good 6 months, 6, 7, maybe 7, 8 months before I really clicked with the character. It was the first time I was a heel. It was the first time I've given this gimmick, so I've got these two things I've got to do. One's be androgynous, one's be a kick-ass heel. I know neither.
Oh, I agree. I saw him at Championship Wrestling Florida once again, right around the same time period, training down there and going to the shows on Tuesday. I'd already moved down to Tampa at that point from Orlando, and I'd see Dusty just about every Tuesday. He was booked. If he wasn't, it was every other Tuesday. Tall, lanky back then, but he had that look. You know, his promos weren't the greatest back then, but it didn't have to be at that point because look who your dad is. And that's not a dig towards Dustin at any point. Am I making that dig? I'm just saying I just saw a lot of raw and a lot of natural talent and ability. And again, if he had a weakness back then, his interviews, but look who he's following, you know. And they had guys like Coach and DDP and Buddy Colt and those guys doing the announcing down there. So I mean, they had good people, you know, working with them and things. So yeah, Dustin. But now it's been about 3 years. I went to a WWE show and I went to back up in Charleston, and I of all the people, Scotty Armstrong and Charles Robinson were the ones that were my connections. And I don't throw those connections around loosely. I don't just get anyone tickets or anything. And I don't take advantage of the guys when they come to the area because I know they got a job to do. But Charles told me, he said, "Bobby, you're not going to hardly know anyone on this card tonight." And it ended up, the only people I actually knew very well was Kane. And of course, I'd been in Smoky Mountain with him and knew him when he was first breaking in. But Dustin was the other one. He said, "Dustin will be out in a minute. He's back here eating." And, of course, Dustin and I sit there and spoke for probably 15, 20 minutes or whatever. But, yeah, I agree with you. As Dustin Rhodes, man, he just never got that push. But, man, I mean, I know Goldust got over. I understand that. But, yeah, you're thinking you're the son of Dusty Rhodes. We've done a whole special on him. You know, go back to episode 4 of the Bell to Bell Bobby Blaze podcast. This is our most popular fucking episode out there, man, with a lot of listens on it.
Hey, here I am with my pops. We're fixing to go tubing down the river. Yeah. Say, hey, Dusty. What's up? Yeah, baby.
But, yeah, Dustin, just a very talented guy, good body, could talk, do whatever, you know. Just underrated as Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, a lot of these guys, we're not going to know why they never really got over in a way that seemed to fit them. So Dustin Rhodes is just a mystery to me. But again, he did really get over his Goldust. It seems kind of I don't know.
Hell, you know. I just thought when you said that, I agree. He was on Howard Stone. He was doing that barking gimmick. You know, I mean, but that's Goldust. You got shocked or something.
I mean, have you seen any humor?
Do you see any humor in this?
No, you know, a lot of people have been laughing lately. Yeah, on Monday night on TV, but Hunter Hearst Helmsley was
laughing at me, you know. And,
I can't imagine why. I mean, it is an affliction.
Yeah,
Now,
you
I
think people
understand that.
have more sympathy.
I mean, I don't think it's funny. Ah!
It's like, you know, you're thinking, like you said earlier, that's Dusty Rhodes' son. You would think, how did he not get over as, you know, you just go for a different direction. Who knows?
Goldust.
Order Pin Me, Pay Me, Have Boots Will Travel by professional wrestler Bobby Blaze Smedley. Go to Amazon.com and get your copy now. It's a powerful and insightful 5-star memoir available to download or in paperback print edition.
I got lost on the road somewhere. Was it Texas or